Hi Virgo, this is your horoscope for July 2017. Thank you for joining me. It's a real pleasure to be with you today. Now, from the 24th of June through until the 20th of August, the Sun, which is your identity, starts to conjunct Mars, Mars being the archetypal male principle. Okay? When two planets conjunct each other, they start to mix their energies together. And they start to blend their energies together. Now, the Sun in Cancer really is about feeling strong and empowered when you are nurturing and when you help other people, especially friends, people in your environment. And Mars in Cancer is also going to give you a strong drive to be of service to other people and to help other people. And it may be that you, Virgo, in July, have a couple of friends who need your help. Mercury is also in Cancer, so you have the tendency to communicate on a much more emotional level than usual, and it also means that your friends are going to open up to you more than usual this month. And again, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if someone sees your strength and asks for you to help them. Now, we all know that asking for help can be a little bit difficult at times. You know, we have to swallow our own pride a little bit, and we all have to ask for help at certain times in life. If someone asks you for help this month, Virgo, don't turn them down, help them. It'll make you feel more empowered. It'll make you feel less irritable, because Mars in Cancer is not particularly happy. Mars is the planet, it's the red planet. It rules Aries. It's about moving things forward and it's about getting things done. In Cancer, it feels slow. It feels like it's not in its own element, literally. So it feels a little bit out of sorts. So for you to make that time to nurture and take care of and heal and support your friends and even strangers or family members or people who come to you, do it. It will really make you feel good. On the 5th of July, Venus, the planet of love and beauty and creativity, moves into Gemini, out of Taurus, where it was much slower and much more luxurious and sensual, and it now moves into Gemini, and it stays in Gemini all month. Okay? Venus is the planet of love and beauty and creativity, and in Gemini, she loves to express herself. If you look at the actual glyph of Gemini, it's a Roman numeral 2, and it looks like a doorway. So Venus loves going through every doorway and discovering new ideas and finding out new information and expressing herself in different ways, and maybe trying to express herself through writing or through art or through painting or through sculpture or performance or singing or whatever it is. She is going to really enjoy the ability to express herself this month, and you're going to enjoy that ability to express yourself. Now, that Venus in Gemini sits in your 10th house of career. If you're someone who works in a career that requires you to express yourself, that requires you to contribute something, you're in luck, because Venus is going to inspire you so much, and you will not run out of creative ideas. You will love the actual process of communicating. You will love anything that has to do with presenting or being in the spotlight, being center stage, and really getting your point across. Okay, so for any of you Virgos that are a little bit shy and that avoid the spotlight or avoid creating something that is really unusual and that may not be universally approved of, and if you're a little bit hesitant and reluctant about those kind of things, you know, like for instance, if I put my art out there and I'm so worried about the criticism that I don't do it, if you're one of those kind of people, this is the month when you can really override those fears and you can enjoy presenting your unique expressions. And again, if you're in a position, if you're in a career where you get to speak and where communication is important, you're going to be very, very blessed because you're going to be inspired and you will want to create even more. So I'm a Virgo. That's sitting in the 10th house. For me, I communicate in my work. What that says to me is I'm going to love what I do even more. I'm going to have more insights, more ideas coming in, and I'm going to find other ways of creating. I might be able to start writing something, or maybe do another course or something like that. But the same applies to you. There is the opportunity to create even more. And that stays there all month. On the 7th of July, Mercury, which is your ruler, it moves into Leo, and it stays in Leo until the 26th of July, and it's in your 12th house. So Mercury is the communication planet. In the 12th house of spirituality, it really connects you with the higher realms. It really connects you with your higher self, the universe, the creator, God, whatever you want to call it, and it sets you alight. It sets you on fire creatively. It makes you feel so connected that you are burning with a desire to express yourself. So that Mercury not only complements Venus in your 10th house perfectly, it adds to it. So you don't just love creating and speaking and trying different things. That Mercury in Leo, there will be a huge emotional need and a desire to be seen, to be heard, to create, to get your message out in the most public way possible. That stays there from the 7th of July until the 26th of July. So use that time to present things. On the 26th of July, Mercury goes into your sign of Virgo and it moves into your first house. So from this 26th onwards, it's much more about reflecting on what you've done in July and really going into critic mode and checking the things you've done and making sure everything is right and everything is as you want it to be, and double checking things. But from the 7th to the 26th, it's time to create, Virgo. It's time to get it out there, and you can always double check and perfect and tweak and make sure it's error-free at the end of the month. Use this month to create. You're so supported. On the 9th of July, going through until the 26th of July, Mars in Cancer begins to square Uranus in Aries, which is in your 8th house. So you're going to come up with you've got a bit of a choice to make here on this day. You will still have this desire to help friends and to be there for them and to support them, which could also have a romantic kind of element, that you could find a romantic partner through that kind of work. But now the connection with Aries means that there's a lot of energy and a lot of desire that you have that will make you want to focus on your work. So you're being pulled away from other people, again, by saying, what about me? What about my creativity? And I feel so inspired. So that's the trick, I think, Virgo. I think the universe is playing a bit of a game here, because everything I've spoken about so far has been really wonderful, being fired up with creativity. But now at the same time, from the 9th of July until the 26th of July, so during that same time, we've got Mars squaring Uranus, and it says, you do your thing, or it's a conflict between doing your own thing or being of service. Be of service. Please don't do your own thing uniquely, exclusively this month. This month is to be of service and to surround yourself with as many people as possible. You can sit alone in the workroom by yourself in August if you want, but in July you need to be around other people. That is where the blessings come from. That is where the ideas and the good luck and the good fortune and the prosperity comes from, it's through service. It's not through being just on your own, okay? So I'd like you to do both. I'd like you to be creative and to really express yourself. And I'd also like you to be there for friends if they need you and to make time. And if you have a choice to make, either, okay, on a Wednesday in the evening, a friend has called me crying, really needs help, or I get to do more work and finish this painting tonight, then absolutely go and see your friend and always choose the friend this month. Okay, as long as you always choose the friend, the creative side of things will take care of itself. And it's through the friendships and the healing and supporting other people, that's where something miraculous is going to come from this year, this month, not this year. Okay, also on the 9th of July, we have the full moon in Capricorn, and I'm going to make a separate video on this because they can be quite complicated. But in your case, Virgo, the full moon happens in your 5th house of romance, fun and relationships and children. So the full moon is a completion point. It's when the moon reaches its fullest point, it's fully illuminated and it showers us with its energy. This full moon has Pluto sitting next to it, so something is transformed and something becomes Pluto is like the phoenix rising from the ashes, so it's like the breath of life is being blown into your 5th house of romance and relationships. And the full moon period, so the 8th, 9th and 10th, is really going to present you with something along those lines in terms of having real fun, experiencing something romantic, or experiencing a really kind of blissful time in your family life with your partner and your children if you've got them. If you're single, it's a great time for dating, for new relationships, and that's the blessing of this full moon for you this month, Virgo. So that's the energy you're going to continue to work with during the month. On the 21st of July, we've got Mars, the archetypal male principle, now moving into Leo in your 12th house. So that is much happier. Mars in a fire sign is much more comfortable. And this gives you huge spiritual strength, again, to be public, to communicate, and to be in the public eye. So this is now the time where you can make it more 50-50, friendships and helping friends versus being public and being creative. Make it 50-50 now here at the end of the month. And on the 23rd of July, the new moon happens in Leo. I'll make a separate video on this again, but that happens in your 12th house of spirituality, okay? So there's so much fire in this 12th house that it pulls it in here the final week of July and pretty much the first 2 weeks of August. You're going to have a huge sense of power, drive, being able to overcome obstacles, having fun, being comfortable, being seen, being in the public, being in the spotlight. All of those things are really not going to cause you to even bat an eyelid. You'll be able to do them with no issues whatsoever. So that's what I get for you here in July. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com, and order your reading there. What I can do is I can draw up your birth chart by looking at your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can use sunrise. And by drawing up your chart, I can look at your strengths and weaknesses, your vocational aptitudes, your life purpose. And I can also look at the predictive side of things by looking at your progress chart and your transits to see what's coming up in future. So what is coming up for you in this year and next year, money-wise, relationship-wise, health-wise, friends, family, spirituality, career, anything like that. So if you would like me to look at your chart, then get in touch via the website. If you like my videos and you'd like to support me, then please just hit the subscribe button. That is really so helpful to me, and I will speak to you next month.